What a nice night, huh? Nice evening. Yeah, Pisces. There's a lot of energy in the collective about people wanting to return from the past because of your glow up and your transformation. And I can understand. However, if I'm going to accept people from my past, with all of this craziness, all this craziness that's going on, there's a lot of federal employees that are out of work. That's what it is. I would much rather accept. Do you think they're very good healers? Because, that would be the question. Because if you're going to learn Reiki, you would have to be able to attune to the vibration of love, helping others. Positive healing ways. It's just what it is. With all of these groups and magic backfires, illusions being casted, all of that fun stuff. It's just what it is. I've been carousing the Fed news, and it's what it is. The problem would be the benefits, because that's mainly why they go, is because they get those government benefits. It's just what it is. However, with all of this magic backfire, seems like that would be something to learn, especially with Donald Trump doing UFO disclosure. Just what it is. Just what it is. What'd you find? She said, everything. There's everything. It's just what it is. However, with groups doing moon magic, and we've been talking about this for a long time, and with all of that energy going back on these individuals, that's what it is. You got to have physical evidence, and I've already learned a long time ago that seeing something and saying something, that just doesn't work. It doesn't work. They don't believe you. So that's what it is. Mistrust gets repaid with mistrust. It's just what it is. However, as far as that energy in the collective of people from the past coming back, let it be out of work federal employees. I think that would be a much better thing to accept back into a new reality, especially since they need one. That's what it is. Can't do much about that. I think the lesson in all of this is, where was the healing in the situation? And you got to think, everybody always wants to come in and destroy things after you've worked so hard to build them up. Ask these federal employees that are out of work. It's just what it is. And I think, having something like that, if they can attune to love's frequency of intent to help or heal, hell, even just one of them, that would be a good deterrent to keep all of these past energies out of our field. That's what it is, right? Because you're going to experience a lot of people going through a new cycle. And we told them, you either ascend and heal, or you will stay the same way. And I can't do anything about that. There's way too many people looking for a better life to worry about people from the past that are in a huge fucking mess. You can't help them. You can't help any of these individuals. So, that's what it is. It's good to put an end to things before they even try to begin. It's good to put an ending to things before they even try to begin. That's what it is. We're still trying to figure out the energy in your cards from August 2022, and we're going to talk about that over and over and over again, because that's a secret that they don't want to come out. And I can understand INFJ or Irene Bedford, Pocahontas. I can understand her getting arrested for the same shit. And that's the main thing, is the focus. That's what these people are going to be going through. And you got to think, if they're going through a karmic cycle, and if it's And I'm not any different than anyone else. If we're going to have that energy of manifested the cosmic egg of do unto others, right, wouldn't that be if just because they're going through a cycle, I can't do anything for them because I would be taking their karma, but giving them the help that they need with the awareness that we now have, wouldn't that keep you guys from lining your ass up for another karmic cycle? Wouldn't it? Who knows? Who knows? Can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. And no one tells me anything. They leave me to my intuitive gifts that they didn't believe that I had. And everyone is intuitive. Everyone is psychic. They just don't have the discipline. If you listen to INFJ personality type advice with Antonia Dodge and whoever, I haven't listened to it in a while, they tell you that if you take an INFJ, if it takes like 10,000 hours to be an expert at something, the INFJ has way more time logged in pattern recognition. And it's what it is, seeing these pattern recognitions all over the place with a giant cover up of people are going to try to pull you back into their shit because you have worked to have a new beginning. You've worked to have the life that you've always wanted. And it's what it is, bringing people together in a way. You got to think. When I was building teams of guys, that was our leverage. Is you go to school, you spend all that money to get a degree. You get out of school with the degree. No one hires for that degree unless you have experience. If you have experience, we're going to hire that guy first. And then the position's filled, and you're sitting there holding a $100,000 piece of paper that's all student loans. The system is designed for you to fail. It's designed for them to make money, for you to fail. Then they get you stuck in the credit system. She was just talking about it in the cards earlier. They go out and they hide. They don't believe the hype. They give you all this hype, and then people go out and buy $1 million homes at a good deal, and then the market drops and they're stuck. They're stuck. It's what it is. That's why I don't study any of that shit. I don't get into any of that shit because I know none of that shit works. It's all designed to screw an American. They live in the land of the free. They have the freedom to logically screw you or creatively fool you. And that's fine. However, we're going to need healing. That's a trade that everybody is going to need. And that's already been the energy in the cards. People are going to be looking for holistic. And I don't give a shit who heals, how they do it. It's a very, very difficult path, right? They can't believe I have healed and overcame the things that I've healed and overcome. Okay, well, that's probably because you have a purpose. And no weapon formed against us shall prosper. So, right, I don't like to bring religion into it, but the mindset that I hold with all of this shit is Pentecostal serpent handlers. They go every Sunday and shake snakes and shit in the air, getting bit in the face, drinking strychnine, because they take the words out of the Bible as literal meaning. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And then test it. I heard him ask a guy one time, how do you drink strychnine out of a mason jar? One drop of that will kill a horse. He says, yeah, but that horse isn't smart enough to have faith. Wow, okay. That falls right under the lines of Dolores Cannon. If the mind is powerful enough to make you sick, it's powerful enough to heal you. However, when they talk about this voodoo backfire, okay, cool, let's talk about that. When they talked about attacking, that they tried everything. They tried to attack the Earth Angel's nervous system. Hell yeah, I went to the neurologist. You will never recover from this. Okay, I go back 6 months later. It only shows up on an X-ray. Oh, sounds like voodoo. Sounds like voodoo. I fucking cleansed my energy from, and then healed. Shit's not my karmic contract. It's the only limit to QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique. You have Pisces energies taking the quantum leap all across tarot land. Fuck, the more healers you have, the less healing you need. What is the downfall? Got to do it in person. Right? That was my conflict with that Scorpio wealth management energy that was paying all of the money for cyberbullying and da-da. So I simply asked him, how are you preparing the people at 11:11 on the clock? How are you preparing your wealth management people for the new digital financial system that's about to rock the planet globally? Oh, well, we don't like to talk to people, his partner, we don't like to talk to people about that because it leaves a bad taste in their mouth. Okay, great. So then you're leaving them in the dark on the possibilities that are coming later because you give a shit. You're not responsible for how other people feel. And you wouldn't have officials trying to cover it up, paying money, lobbyists, bribes, this, and this, if they weren't keeping you sick with the food that you eat, poisoning you with the federal food and drug, and they're not even aware of it. They're just following, they're under a spell. The power of the written word, well, this is how it is. Well, yeah, but for every this is how it is, there's a that is the cure. There's no profit in the cure. Great, well, fuck, that means there's a cure. You're just not going to profit. You're not going to be this, oh, look at me making it rain with $1 million. Fucking my favorite little city council thing, California. This woman sat down with a Drew grip. Sat down with a Drew grip and got out the fucking dry erase board. And she was like, so you've got this medication that had the trial was 85% effective, and it was only $2, and then you did this and this with it, and then you came out with this other medication, and it was a 17%, something real low. Super like 70. This one was 80. This one's only 17, but it's twice as much. It's $4, and we're going to give our representatives $1 million bonus if they can do this. And they made an insane amount of money off of a medication that was less than half effective of its competing brand. She grilled the dude, and he's just like, well, yeah, it's business. It's just business. It's just business. I've got a friend here in the community, 1400 on the clock, talked about humiliation rituals. Okay, great. That's in the First Testament of the Illuminatium. Great. How does the Illuminati feel about Dorothy summoning a djinn? And when you ladies say that going up against the Earth Angel, they cursed themselves and all involved, is that the whole Illuminati? That's where I met her. I met her in the Illuminati chat group. And so if they curse themselves and all involved, wouldn't that, okay, and then the same thing, if you have these medical individuals that tried to go against the Earth Angel, if they curse themselves and all involved, is that everyone in the medical field? If the attorney came up against the divine energy and cursed the divine being, only to curse themselves and all involved. Is that the bar association? Some things we need to think about. You got readers talking today about the ancestors want to start from scratch. Now, what does starting from scratch mean? That means these corrupt individuals will be losing everything. The storms have come. Oh, well, we didn't see that coming. Yeah, you didn't see China flooding. We just got some tariffs on China. We're not going to allow this stuff to come in. China's underwater. Oh, well, we didn't see that coming. Looks like God's exercising God's power. Uh-oh. And that's my question. Was that flat Earth or round Earth where China flooded? What multiverse did China not flood in? Because there's all these timelines. There's reality surfing timelines. We can just jump timelines. Cool. What timeline did China not drown in? What timeline is New Mexico not having a deluge? Which one of these timelines is not affected by the weather? Plain and simple. Which one is 72 and sunny and rainbows and butterflies all the time? Which one of these timelines, these realities? Because it's what it is. I mean, you can talk to... It's another way they control the narrative. We'll touch base on. That's the biggest Mandela effect. I have read the quote over and over again by Albert Einstein that said it doesn't matter what reality you want to experience. If you match your vibrational frequency to that reality, the universe has to give you that reality. Has no choice but to give you that reality. It's not philosophy, it's physics. And I agree with that. But that's, okay, cool. So you're living in the dream. We've all had a lucid dream. We've all had a dream where you wake up in the dream. Cool, you wake up in the dream, but you can't control, you can't control the environment. You can control you in the environment. But if you wake up in the dream and it's raining in the dream, you're in a dream that's raining. It's astral rain. Anyway, and I'm more than happy to be wrong. I'm more than happy to be wrong because I understand this illusion that I see through. And it's what it is. We have to come back to reality. We have to come back to reality because even if you take the Albert Einstein quote that they said it was originally an Albert Einstein quote, so they say, but it's really by Daryl Anka Bashar is the one that coined that term. Okay, great. So now you've got Daryl Anka Bashar changing Albert Einstein quotes. Is that like Berenstain Bears used to be EIN and now it's Mandela effect? Is that what we're looking at? And that's just what it is. I mean, and I'm more than happy to be wrong. They can call. I mean, I understand Dolores Cannon's quantum convoluted universe theory. She said it. This building does not exist until we collectively observe it. And I'm like, yeah, I can understand that, but if everyone's collectively observing that building and God wants to make it hail and a tornado come through, you're collectively observing a building in the rain. That's what it is. Anyway. Your thoughts control reality. Yes. Do they control the weather? Absolutely. That's my problem with large groups of like-minded people that can create miracles visualizing a vortex. Would a group of like-minded individuals by the law of mentalism, because what you see in your mind manifests in your reality. So if you have a bunch of people in a room visualizing a vortex, is that not enough law of mentalism energy to create weather disturbances? And I want to be wrong, but hell, the maths, when I look at it like that, And Pisces, you've been right the whole time. Okay, great. Well, now I'm trying to be wrong. I'm just trying to be wrong. I'm trying to be wrong about this shit that I'm right about all the time. I understand how no one likes to know it all, but holy shit. When I hear these people say that, I'm like, right, so mindless zombies are feeding on that shit. That's why they don't like me. I call them out. That's what it is. And I want to be wrong. All they got to do is call and go, hey, you know what? You're wrong, but they fucking can't do it. If they could, they would. That's why it's sabotage the truth tellers. Right? That's what they say. The fucking lies are free, but the truth is expensive. Why is the truth expensive? Because it costs you to tell it. The truth hurts. You tell someone the truth, that shit hurts. Do you guys want to donate for your pain? Fucking dude, it's right in my description box. Feel free to donate. That's what it is. What you put out in the universe comes back to you. I give truth, I get truth. And I want to be wrong. It's not bad to want to be wrong about some of this shit. They can't believe what they're seeing that Pisces is doing. Okay, great. Pisces ain't no different than anyone else. Other than the fact we've lived more lifetimes on the zodiac sign than others. And I mean, you've got that energy all across tarot land of people trying to break down Pisces' INFJ shield and steal Pisces' spiritual protection as a Pisces sun sign healer. Okay, great. Where is that Pisces? I want to find them wherever that Pisces is, because it's either me or an individual out there that they're trying to take their spiritual protection. They're trying to manifest off of their healing Reiki energy that is in their birth chart. That's what it is. I'm calling my energy back. That's what it is. When you hear these readers say that once Pisces calls their energy back, they're getting met with tower moments. Okay. Well, no one told me. No, tarot's telling me that. Fucking, what are you going to do? To go tell a doctor? Oh, we don't believe in tarot. Okay, great. Then fucking medicate these people having tower moments. Bam, 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 bam. That's what it is. It's a hell of a fucking mess they are in. 22:22 on the clock. That's what it is. Trying to get to the bottom of this shit. You've got groups out there scrambled, running around, doing everything they can to fucking what? You got every reader talking about all of them are running around in a self-delete mission. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about a community that is pissed off because the INFJ shield, with a constant meditation involving Reiki channeling, building up my spiritual protection so that I don't feel that fucking motorcycle go up and down the road. That's what my shield is for, right? As a clairsentient, so I don't feel the wind blowing that tree. That's what my shield is for, right? You go to INFJ personality type advice. Antonia Dodge says they have stories of an INFJ going into a restaurant, and 2 tables down, there'll be a strong feeling of anger, and it just gets warmed over to them. And then they say, we feel nuts just saying that. And I'm like, well, yeah, you're talking about what we do and go through, which is not a problem. But when you talk to someone, no one's responsible for how you feel except you. Yes, it's what the INFJ shield is all about. So that means whatever someone projects towards that shield that bounces off onto them, no one's responsible for that backlash of energy hitting them in the face. That's their karma, not mine. No one's responsible for how that energy going back on them except for them. What you put out comes back to you. The problem that we have run into, though, is what was taken will be returned. Just don't expect it to be returned the way that it was taken. Great. So they harvested energy off of the Pisces sun, right? And don't want to tell the truth that Pisces just did, right? That's a two-way street. when they give me shit, what was taken, I'm taking shit, what was taken will be returned. Just don't expect it to be returned in the same way it was taken. I'd say it's Hurricane Barbara, Lake Isabella earthquake on Mother's Day. That's a pretty good reality. Is that shit an illusion? Say you can Google it. You can Google that shit. That's what it is. You got Pisces X's all off in the tarot cards, tripping out about whatever the hell they've done I haven't seen in 20 years. Okay, cool. Get a download. See what the natural disasters are today. Cool. Mother's Day, Lake Isabella earthquake in California. Okay, cool. Look at this. Look what I got you for Mother's Day, honey, from 20 years ago that won't get out of the cards. So you get these obsessed energies. Pisces, the devil is working through your toxic ex. Okay, cool. That came out on Father's Day. Just post that shit. Give that to all the dads for Father's Day. Here you go. Pisces toxic ex has the devil working through him. Here you go, Dad. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. Where was the healing in any of that shit? While they were so busy trying to destroy, right? Think about that. If they're so busy trying to destroy Pisces' new beginning, how could you have possibly built anything with them? They would have destroyed everything. You can't. Pisces, you have to do it alone. Well, yeah, I know, because they're still trying to destroy shit like they did back then. I'm not fucking perfect. I was hanging out with people that destroy shit. However, you do have that past life energy that has came back to Pisces, to the Archangel, whatever. Okay, great. Whatever Jinn that that's using my past life energy against me. Okay, cool. So Pisces walks between those worlds. Okay, cool. That's what it is. We learned that lesson in a past life. So whatever they sent has now went back to them, and now this is their lifetime to learn that. However, when you've got a reader talking about Pisces was plucked by God from the underworld for this mission, where the hell do you think they're going to be drugged to? Oh, God, we don't want to be drugged to the underworld. Well, I came from there. If I can do it, so can you. That's what it is. I mean, I can't put the puzzle pieces together if tarot doesn't say it first. That's what it is. Absolutely, those girls are all wrong. All those energy readers, absolutely wrong. Go argue with them about how wrong they are. That's what it is. Well, I focus on 5-star reviews. That's what it is. That's why I say that all the time. The INFJ does 6 impossible things before breakfast. Cool. So if you know, the INFJ is typically misunderstood. And shout out to Pisces Kingdom. She was talking about Oprah earlier. Said Oprah was sitting around waiting to be successful. She gave herself permission to be. Well, yeah, Oprah's an INFJ. It's kind of neat to hear that in her tarot reading today when I put that in my clip this morning. If you go back in my videos this morning in the comments, hey Oprah, how do you feel about him attacking an INFJ? And then what comes out? Yeah, hey soul family. That's what it is. I don't give a shit what y'all do. It's not my problem. It's a huge fucking circus of chaos, calamity, natural disasters on holidays. That's what it is. And that's their thing, is looking for someone to take and hold the bag. Fucking, they're all playing the victim. Oh, we didn't know it was an earth angel and that projecting this energy would come back on us. Yes, it's energy that affects them in ways they don't understand. The horrible shit they used to be able to do to people, they can't do anymore. So crossing our boundaries, it's okay, cool. If you're going to be a bug, it's a bug zapper. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. I mean, think about that. When a reader says, Pisces, your energy affects people in ways they don't understand. Yes, the negative people, it's divine negative feminine energy with a positive purpose. So when they send negative energy, a negative and a negative equals a negative. It goes back on them. So it's a good deal for me, a good deal for them, and then they have to clean up. We have to clean up the playground. That's what it is. I'm only responsible for my immediate area. What they put out going back on them, it's a huge voodoo backfire. You've got readers talking about it's overseas work. Okay, cool. I wonder who that overseas, jealous, envious of the light trigger demon is. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about group collaboration. That now they see the diamond in the rough value. That's bullshit. They saw the light before when they were harvesting it. When they were harvesting the energy, when they were casting Jinn, we can't believe that what worked on Pisces last time didn't work this time. Yes, I fully understand, because last time, whatever they did affected Irene Bedford, affected Pocahontas. Plain and simple. You can't tell me it didn't. It was right at the same time. We went through the same thing at the same time, just exactly like the Pisces remote viewer that had the same kind of... He had a car issue the same time I did. And then we end up getting the exact same deal on our replacement car from the Divine. Right? Tarot reader in Los Angeles. We had a dentist appointment on the same day. Thank you, universe. Looks like two Pisces suns. It's the whole point of J.P. Morgan's quote. Millionaires don't study astrology. Billionaires do. As above, so below. Anyway, yeah, expect the unexpected. And now that you've got groups that are realizing what they have done and wanting to get, they can't come back. I can't take that karma. That's what it is. That's entering a new karmic cycle with them. It's what if I can... horrible to have to say that now you have to deal with strangers. Absolute strangers would be a better match than people from your past, right? Same people doing the same old high school shit they did in high school. We grew and they stayed the same way. That's what I love about these people from the past. I grew up and they stayed the same way. What it is. I can't do anything about that, right? And you got to think, spirit works in mysterious ways. You've got these readers calling out the names that they are calling out. The Capricorn devil name that they keep calling out is a high school buddy. He's the epitome of turn the location off on my phone. Fucking, I don't want to be seen on YouTube. No, I don't like my picture on social media. I don't get on social media much. But yet we'll sit there and try to sabotage everything that you ever do from behind the scenes. Get a girlfriend? Oh, we got fucking tons of shit to gossip about that. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let me just fucking tell him everything he's ever done. Right? And now you've got every tarot reader calling out his one-legged ass all over the planet. Everybody on the planet will know David is Goliath in this story. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about a remote viewer drawing a David with one leg in the UK. I can't do anything about that. I can't. Be happy you're famous. Plain and simple. Can't do anything about that. You don't want to be known. Now everybody knows who you are. I'm not complaining. I got 5-star reviews on Google they don't like. Cool. I'm not responsible for what other people like or don't like. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. It's simple enough. Simple enough. And you got to keep in mind the sun having just involvement with 6 Capricorn devils that are all fucking in whatever Capricorn devil reality they are in. cool. Those 6 individuals makes a pentagram for the sun to shine on. And now you got all these trigger demons in a hate train running from point to point to point to point to point. From one Capricorn devil to the other. Does that make all Capricorns bad? No, but it certainly puts them 6 in a precarious position. That's what it is. That tells me that tarot is picking up on 6 groups run by the devil. Can't do anything about that. Getting exposed, getting burned by the sun. I can't do anything about that. That's what it is. I mean, that's my first question is which one of them, other than the one-legged roofer, has a business? Right? If they would mind, she said, make it make sense. They're minding the sun's business so much. Why don't they copycat minding their own? Because they have no business. They're workers. They're drones. It's a drone cult. It's your drone cult energy. I can't do anything about that. Because, I mean, that's the energy that each one of these girls is talking about. If you were to take any one of them, which one of them is healed? How many of them need a healer? That's what it is. They all need a healer, but yeah, they'll do everything to sabotage one. That's what it is. They can talk shit all day on social media, but can't leave a review because they're unhealed. I've never had service with them. That's what it is. Just make it make sense. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about their voodoo back, and that's what it is. I can't have a business that deals with Reiki teddy bears, surrogate Reiki teddy bears, QHHT, surrogate past life regressions. I can't have a business that deals with those 2 things and not have an opposition that's voodoo dolls, not have an opposition that is a death cult. Right? The joys of doing business in the light, right? I can talk about Reiki teddy bears. I can freely talk about having 45-star death experiences under my belt. These guys can't do that. They can't talk freely on YouTube. But yes, this is how you use your voodoo doll to fuck people's lives up and cause storms all over the planet. This is how you do it. That's what it is. Right? And I'm telling you, and I so want to be right. I could be wrong, but I so want to be right. They can't be, you girls can't have them using these entities on the justice system, weaponizing the justice system with magic, because those are the worst warlocks, and that shit not have affected the same Gemini energy. I am a Gemini moon. Donald Trump is a fixed Gemini sign. That's what it is. He can't go through the same shit in court at the same time I did, at the same time as Irene Bedford. Fucking the math is mathing. Y'all put it together. It's none of my business. None of my business. Going forward, that shit's my business. Everything in the past, y'all figure it out. That's your past. That's each individual's own reality. How the hell they match up with mine, I have no idea. You would have to talk to all these magicians and warlocks and witches with their crafts backfiring. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. You have reader after reader talking about how they cannot believe the Earth Angel is still alive. Cool. Where's that Earth Angel? Hell, I want to learn from them. They're still alive. How did they do it? Hell, if they're still alive and people can't believe it, I want to talk to that person. 3900 on the clock. Namaste.